Hello everyone and welcome to Aspire to Wellbeing with Yoga. My name's Ali and today I'm going to take you through a short video to loosen off your hips. Loosening off the hips is a fantastic way as well of just loosening off the lower back. So today we are going to be using a bolster. Now, if you don't have a yoga bolster, don't worry. I've made mine today by just rolling up a few large towels or beach towels and just rolling them nice and evenly to about the length of a pillowcase, popping them in the pillowcase and then just tying them around with a hair elastic or even just a rubber band, and there you have a perfect bolster. So we've only got 4 stretches, but we are going to hold these stretches for about 2 minutes. I'll be doing it with you. But then if you want to redo this video at another time and you've got longer for your practice, I would recommend that you could hold these poses for up to 5 minutes. You might decide to work your way up there if you're particularly tight. So we're going to move through a mandala around the hips, which means we're just going to go from the front to the side, to the back, and then to the inside of the hip joint, and stretching and releasing all of those muscles in those areas. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is to release the front of the hips. You'll be lying down on your back and placing the bolster underneath the top part of your glutes. Okay, so not around where the lumbar spine curves, but right at the top of your sacrum. So you'll feel that flat bony part. So it should feel nice and comfortable on the lower back. You might start with your feet on the floor and then eventually extend one leg down and then the other leg. And then go ahead and close down your eyes. There's nothing here to see. And just start to breathe. And when we breathe in this practice today, let's focus on slow, deep exhalations. With every exhalation, just feeling the breath ground you, giving the weight of your pelvis into the bolster, and just practicing complete surrendering and letting go. As we're taking these stretches today, just try not to notice the time. Just try to focus on breathing slow. When we try and focus on anything else, sometimes we can find our breath rate will quicken. And we might find ourselves in the sympathetic system where the breath quickens and the muscles actually tighten and contract. We want to do the opposite. We want to relax and let go. We want to be in our parasympathetic nervous system where our body rests and digests. And so the best way to get into this is just focusing on our breath, making it smooth and even, with a big focus on a deep exhalation. To come out of this pose, bring your soles of your feet back on the mat Squeeze the glutes and lift the hips. Slide the bolster out the way and then just roll yourself back down on the mat, spine nice and flat. So giving the knees a little swish side to side. And then just rolling towards one side, making your way up. So the next stretch we're going to take is Pigeon Pose. So with this pose, we're going to take one leg forward and one leg back. Now you can either keep the knees bent at 90-90 for a softer version of the pose. We'll take the bolster and we're going to just relax over the bolster. Or if you've got a little more give in your hips, you can actually take that leg nice and long, roll that hip down, and you can also bring the front heel away from the body a little. Then bring the bolster nice and close, supporting your body, and then just folding forward, relaxing the head on the hands. If your head doesn't reach your hands, you can chalk it up with another pillow or make a couple of fists with your hands instead. And just try to relax the forehead on something. And then once again, settling into your breath. Letting the weight of the body be supported by the bolster and allowing gravity to do the work here. So there's no forcing through any of these poses. We're just really surrendering our weight, giving our weight to the earth. And letting go with every breath out. So on your inhale, just come up carefully, nice and slow. And we'll just take that same pose over to the other side, choosing your option 90-90, your hips are tight or you don't love it in your knees. Otherwise, the further out that heel is in front of you, the deeper stretch you'll receive. And then lay your body down nice and long, nice and supported, once again by the bolster. And then practice breathing deeply. Noticing the sensations in the outer hips or in the lower back, wherever you might feel the sensation. But just trying not to attach ourselves to the sensation. So noticing that it's there, but don't engage with the mind about any stories related to that sensation, like why you're tight or you shouldn't be, or what you could have possibly done to your body. Just let go of all of that. Let go of the storytelling and just notice your body, notice your breath. But that's it. Not attaching to everything else. Next time you breathe in, coming out of Pigeon Pose. And we'll take our final pose. And so our final pose is going to be Uttar Vista Konasana, or wide leg forward fold. So you take your legs out nice and wide, and then just lay the bolster down in front. From here, we want to turn the sitting bones so they're facing back and the hip points are moving towards the floor. So we're trying to get the pelvis, the front of the pelvis, towards the floor rather than creating a curve in the lower back. And then from here, just make your way down. If you need more than one bolster, grab a few extra cushions, that's no problem. You just want to make sure that you're completely resting over something so your muscles do not have to hold you up. And this pose is going to look different for everybody. It's going to depend on how deep set our acetabulum is, or our hip socket. If you've got a shallow one like me, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get down. So don't worry so much about what the pose looks like. Let go of the need to make it perfect or need to achieve it. And just accept wherever your body is, meet it there. And just stay in the practice by staying with your breath. With your next inhale, use your hands to gently bring yourself up. You might like to take a little swish of the knees side to side. And so there you have it. There's a few stretches creating a nice openness around the hip socket, which will hopefully loosen up the hips and the lower back. I have actually created a whole class that's to do with opening up the hips, and also on a spiritual level, practicing the art of letting go. We call this a parigraha in yoga. So if you'd like to practice that class, I have popped the link down below for you. So let me know how you go with that class. Let me know if you liked this class by hitting the like button or leaving me a comment down below. And if you could take the time to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified of any new content as it arises. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you in one of my classes soon.